Hello everyone. In this video, I'll teach you how scientists carry out scientific investigation by using an example of outbreak of disease. The scientific investigation process is actually very important because firstly, it will appear in HKDS EMC part. Secondly, it is very good for you if you carry out scientific research in the future. In the 19th century, after Holland's troops had finished their mission in Vietnam, a lot of troops got sick. Some of them developed a disease called beriberi. They had very weak legs and could not walk well. Also, they had weight loss, emotional disturbance so that they were not always in good mood, impaired sensory perception, weakness and pain in the limbs and swelling of bodily tissues. So you can imagine that they cannot move and walk smoothly. At that time, no one knew what happened and it was a mystery. Scientist Dr. Erdmann would like to find out the origin of the disease. So, you can see that scientists are curious and scientific investigation starts with a question. To start the scientific investigation, Dr. Erdmann went to Vietnam and did observation. He observed that both the troops and the chicken in nearby farm drink well water and rice as their main diet. There are two types of rice. One is unprocessed rice, the rice with a coat, and another one is processed rice without a coat. It was observed that if a chick was fed with unprocessed rice, the chick would not develop beriberi. However, if a chick was fed with processed rice, the chick develops beriberi. How would you explain this observation? You may have some thoughts to explain this observation. Your explanation is actually called hypothesis. Hypothesis is an explanation of the observation, and it must be testable. That means an experiment can be conducted in order to see whether the hypothesis is supported or not. At that time, Dr. Erdmann's hypothesis was that the coat of rice grains contains a substance that can prevent beriberi. To test if it is correct or not, Dr. Erdmann found chicks with same age and divided them in two groups and grown in different areas. In Group A, the chicks were fed with unprocessed rice, while in Group B, they are fed with processed rice. It was found that the chicks in Group A are healthy, while B developed beriberi symptoms. Then drew the conclusion that the disease was caused by the deficiency of a substance in the rice coat. It actually helped Dr. Erdmann to win the Nobel Prize in 1929 as he discovered vitamin B1 in rice coat. Throughout this story, you can see that scientific investigation always involves steps like observation, asking questions, proposing hypotheses, designing and performing experiments, and also analyze results and draw a conclusion. The story of discovering vaccine in your notes also involves the process of observation, asking questions, proposing hypotheses, performing experiment, and drawing conclusion. For the details, please refer to your notes page 3. Therefore, if you refer to your notes page 4, we say that scientific study begins with making observations. The next stage involves asking questions about the observations. Hypothesis is a statement that tries to provide tentative and testable answers to the questions based on the observations. If you recall your memory in Form 1 and 2, you have learned the three kinds of variables: independent, dependent, and controlled variables. The conditions that may change in an experiment are called variables. Independent variable is the one scientists change deliberately. Dependent variable is the one you measure or compare. Controlled variable is the one being kept constant in order to have a fair test. But pay attention that whenever we do scientific investigation, only one variable is studied. We cannot have more than one variable in an investigation because it will not be a fair test. So that's it for this video. Go to Eclass and then do the pre-lesson MC questions. I will give you some case studies to do in the next lesson. Thank you.